Today is November 14th and we're doing our yearly full tour of the project that we have here in Lakeland, Florida. Behind me is Sweetheart Lychee, and so it's where we're starting at, and we'll get this tour going. It's everything over here on this side really grew quite a bit this year. The tree had some struggles last year, but it seems to be getting a bit better. There's still some issues. This whole area I've got to do some new amending to work on according to the soil tests. So there's a few things I got to work on, but it's gotten quite big. The Mauritius lychee has gotten really big. We were hoping to get some fruit out of it finally this year, but I don't know, it's starting to flush right now. You probably can't see it on the camera up there. That's not good for it to start flushing in this time of year right now. Ultimately, we'll see what happens with the weather and everything, but you'd like to see this tree stay dormant, and I've just had a hard time getting the timing right on it so far. But it's gotten huge. Then over here is the Florida Grande peach. It's grand. It really grew a lot this year. Probably should prune it at some point, but it's definitely gonna need some pruning because it's way big right now. Pineapples are starting to get shaded completely from all the trees are basically about touching each other now in here. The Avocado, I pruned it back last fall a lot, and it really rebounded this year and grew significantly. We're gonna do some things, try to get some fruit off from it this year, because we haven't been really able to get any fruit off this tree yet. So hopefully next year we'll get some fruit, and then after the harvest we'll prune this thing back to try to keep it in check a little bit. And just like Jen's favorite, Medusa, the coconut cream mango, I pruned this thing back heavily because it just wants to grow on the ground. We're just trying to see if we can get it to do something a little bit different, and I don't know what it's going to do, but we pruned it back quite a bit. So now we're by the winter Mexican avocado, and this thing's doing pretty decent. It's always got some fruit on it this time of year, a whole cluster hanging in here, a whole bunch of them. And you'll find them throughout the tree. And over here we have the Tropic Beauty peach. It's trying to put out the flowers right now. Hopefully it doesn't waste too many, because it's supposed to be going dormant right now, not putting out flowers. Recent rains have given it a little bit of energy, and it's opening some of its flowers. Sometimes these Florida peaches are weird, and they do stupid stuff like that. You don't want them to, but they do it. And over here, the Glen mango has gotten really big. I think next year is going to be a year where I really prune quite a bit of stuff back to get it more in check. A lot of the stuff is getting over 15 foot easily. So yeah, Glen mango got really big. Kent mango, another one that's getting really big. And then the Kiat mango, we had some vines growing all over it that I didn't get to. I finally killed them off and stuff, but they're kind of sprawling all over the tree. And again, the tree is showing some signs of some issues and stuff like that I'm gonna have to fix next year. I don't know exactly, it might be like a powdery mildew or something. It's happening on quite in some of these mangoes. Again, it's more to do with issues that I haven't done any thing with feeding these trees in the last 4 or 5 years since the original, and nutrition's getting low in the soil, so we've got to add a few things. And over here, purple sugar apple, or I should say a seedling from a purple sugar apple. We'll find out. And it didn't grow all that much this year. Again, mainly because of issues in the soil, particularly potassium. So we're going to be really working on that over this winter into spring, and I think we'll see some significant improvements over there. See some bananas starting to pop out there on the dwarf namoise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's one we didn't even get. We didn't get those harvested.
Oh no, we didn't. Look at that. Huh. There's one beside it too.
Which one is this?
Is this the bacon?
Avocado.
It's really tall.
Yeah, it really didn't have a great year this year. Didn't do much.
Whatever happened to the avocados that were on it?
We picked some, but we didn't get many. I think the squirrels got most of them. And then we come over here to this is our 5,000 square foot garden we put in this year. Just got done doing some amending, tilling on it today, and getting the lines reset, and got a cover crop seeded on it for the winter. And so we'll be ultimately turning this will be mostly for market here, and we'll see how that goes in the future as it continues to develop.
And here to the right is our passion fruit vine. You can see that they've been overtaken by the skunkweed. This here, as opposed to this. Got to do some maintenance on that for sure before it takes totally over on the south side of the garden. It's really a pretty hedge, or grows on the fence, but it's really pretty. So keep that in mind if you want to have something decorative and yet gives you some fruit too. We just really like it. We have some squash coming in, and well, you can see all of those blooms in there. It's insane. Green beans, we've got some mustard greens down there, and the rest of it is seeded. Hopefully all the seeds will come up.
Recently we decided that we were going to get rid of the purple sweet potatoes, and because eventually a lot of this area is going to become expanded garden, and we have a concrete pad here that we want to use for some type of something someday, and so we've got this covered to terminate the grass and sweet potatoes underneath it. So that's what's going on there. And now we're at the Avery Loquat, which is doing pretty good. I'm sure it'll be sending out flower buds here very shortly. Indian jujube. This is the first time we've gotten fruit set on this thing. You can see them growing right now.
Isn't that cool?
There's a lot on the tree.
They look like acorns. Let's see if we can come up in here.
Here.
It's gonna be a bunch, all at varying stages of development.
So this is our first time with Indian jujube. And the tropic snow peach, getting ready to go into dormancy. A few flowers, trying to open on it, just like the other one, but
yeah, this
hopefully
one's
not too many.
This one's the one that bears the really good ones.
Right. And Yehuda Loquat. Wow, I didn't notice that. There's actually a fruit that was on this.
One actually
You
developed.
never have a fruit on a loquat tree this time of year.
Do you think it's any good?
No, it
You
was
should taste
split
it.
open.
You should taste it so we can watch your face.
Okay. Very sour. That's not normal. There's a few fruit that's trying to sit on this, but they're a little too early. So, all right, you might as well go ahead and cut. Bananas, I'm sure there's some hanging in here somewhere. Probably some that we missed. Some coming out right there.
These have gotten really thick.
Yeah, some hanging over here.
Wow.
So our purple glory tree doesn't have a lot of flowers on it right now, but I like this ornamental tree. It's pretty. Then the 1,000 square foot garden, we've been amending that and got a cover crop on it right now. And then of course, you all are famous. Already know about Jen's herb garden over here.
Yay! I'm happy with the way it's looking.
Pakistani mulberry over here, getting ready to go into dormancy. It looks kind of ugly. It always does this time of year.
It's very laggy.
I don't know. It's trying to put out some new growth, and it's like not. This is not the season for it. That trunk has gotten massive on it though. And the ever-bearing mulberry. I don't want to any of these taste. Got some on there right now.
Yeah, I tasted some not too long ago and they were still pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Tree's looking terrible. They always do this time of year. They're getting ready to go in dormancy.
See if I can get it to focus here. There we go. Y'all are in for a treat on this tree.
Avocado. This thing is loaded, super loaded. Check out this in there. You gotta get in there and show everything that's in this.
It's insane.
This is the most fruit we've ever seen on this tree. I don't know if I can find a ripe one yet. This probably isn't this big. Let's see if it's ripe enough yet. That's good.
So we can start picking them.
Mm-hmm. It's loaded. There's some big ones on there too. Man, that's huge.
Oh wow.
That is huge.
You see a lot of them from this side. Wow.
Then the regular Avocado. Not fruiting yet. Maybe next year. We'll see.
Sure is a pretty bush though.
It's growing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Over here. I just had some extra soil, been filling this area because underneath is super, super high pH because it's all clay, clam shells and everything. Eventually we're going to put I think a world's best mulberry right here. The jackfruit tree, it hasn't done anything in 3 years. It's just looking sad, especially on this side of the tree.
On the right side.
On the right side of the tree. The other side doesn't look too terribly bad, but next year, this winter and next year, hopefully I'm going to finally start having, my job takes a lot of time, so I neglected some of this stuff, and I got to try to do some things to get some of these trees to recover. So this side of the jackfruit tree looks fairly decent.
Got some pretty greens.
And then Bradenton Loquat, it's flowering. Flowers coming. And then of course the starfruit tree. We pruned this thing. Starfruit tree, we pruned this thing back in the spring, and it really bounced back. It's like the
really
avocados,
tall.
it just, and of course it's got some fruit on it. Oh, something's been eating that. Something got on it.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of green ones in here. Look at these. Look at the little.
I mean that
little
other
ones.
jaboticaba. It's
Oh,
so
I-
good. It's so good. The acerola, I'm gonna prune this back in the spring. It's gotten huge. I can't even reach the top no more. But these are the last of the cherries for this year. I'm sure of that. It's gonna taste really tart after I eat that jaboti. Yeah, a bit more tart than it used to. It shouldn't be. I'm eating that sweet jaboticaba. All right, let's see if we can make our way through here. The green sapote tree actually has a few fruit on it. 1, 2, 3. This tree is still really struggling. I'm gonna hopefully some of these fruit make it to spring, and I'm gonna try to start one from seed and put it in a different spot, because I don't know if this tree's gonna make it. It's just so low lying over here. The new growth over here looks good, but stuff has some struggles. Although it's looking like it's getting a little bit of energy.
Chop and drop moringa.
And the Alano Sapodilla. If you look around there, I mean, there's a lot of fruit hanging on here right now for spring. Check over here.
Oh yeah, it's loaded. I still think they look like fat ticks.
And then of course the persimmon, Puyu persimmon, going into dormancy. Looks terrible. We've had a lot of struggles with this tree too. This is another one that we've got to try to get recovered. The macadamia nut tree just keeps growing and doing good. I don't know if we'll ever get any nuts off of it, because the squirrels get the nuts so early, like 4 or 5 months before the nuts are even going to be ready. The squirrels are taking them all. So we'll have to see. But it's growing good. It really looks good this time of year. The new flushes, the summer flushes don't do as well. And then the Maycock Sapodilla doesn't have a lot of fruit on it right now, which is probably good. It needed a little bit of a break.
That's a little baby one.
Here's the seed grown. This is from a Dream Adamoya seed grown one. It's probably ending its flushes for the year and gonna get ready for dormancy.
It's pretty.
It's starting to get a little ugly this time of year. as temperatures cool down and it's ending its growing season. But this will be 2 years old in the spring. So it's done pretty good. It's 2 years. Kind of neglected. And then over here, this didn't do all that great, unfortunately. What is the mango? I'm forgetting the really popular fan favorite. I'm forgetting the name of it right now.
When we think of it, we'll stick it in the video.
Right.
It's kind of growing funky.
And then over here is persimmon that we pruned back to try to get it a little bit better. This is another, it's going into dormancy. Hopefully we can get this thing a little bit happier next year too.
Yeah, this one hasn't produced really anything since we've had it.
So we'll see how it does next year. And the last one, the white sapote, I can see it's starting to push some new growth right now. This is the time of year, I see some up there too. It hates summer. But it's starting to grow now that the temperatures have cooled off. Another one that kind of struggles. And then right behind me, wall of bananas between us and the pond is the last thing.
See if they have any. Yeah, there's a couple of. There's a rat coming in there, up there.
Here.
There's some over there.
So yeah,
that's how it looks this year, and I will continue to update you throughout the year with my little projects. And I'm thankful that we finally got Corey hosting a video for you.
It's been a long time. Work, so busy at work, and then busy around here trying to keep up with everything, and
Yeah.
it's hard because I really want to keep up on these trees. Some of them, you know, most of them are doing good, but then there's improvements that always need to be made, and I need to keep up on it. But that's the end of the tour, so until next time, God bless.